Yo, today we're talking about ChatGPT comedy. So buckle up, grab some tomatoes, and get prepared to laugh out loud as we explore some of the wackiest, funniest, and downright bizarre things that ChatGPT has ever generated. ChatGPT, write me a positive Yelp review for somebody who really enjoyed going to the Fyre Festival. Unique adventure, unforgettable memories, 5 stars. I was immediately intrigued, and I must say I was not disappointed. You weren't? Yeah, it's a one-of-a-kind adventure that you're never gonna forget because it sucked. Well, there definitely were some hiccups along the way. Oh, we were greeted with an unconventional festival setup. Oh, the camaraderie over the misery helped bond you? Glad you started sharing what you had with each other. Well, the music was not what was advertised. It was a great opportunity for discovery. Discovery of what? Local bands and musicians? What, like other attendees and people who lived on the island? Pristine beaches? Wasn't it super windy and rainy? I get that it was unforgettable, but not in the good way. I will cherish the memories I made for the rest of my life. Wow, what a review. I've got to go to Fyre Festival too. ChatGPT, can you tell me a sophisticated yet subtle joke using emojis? Bee emoji. Bee questioning weed? What is that? Wait, to be or not to be? That's not even a joke. And there's only one bee. Is the question mark the joke? Wait, what? It uses the bee emoji to make a pun on the word bee, and the maple leaf to represent the word not? Why would a maple leaf mean not? As it sounds like not in the context? Bee maple leaf sounds like not? What? Maybe settles where I went wrong with the prompt. Can you tell me an obvious, simple joke using emojis? Okay, that was a genuine laugh. This was hilarious. A cow plus a drink equals milk? I mean, it's like kind of a thing at least. I don't know if it's a joke, but it's so stupid it made me laugh, so I guess it's a joke. All right, you win. So listen, the style of humor that ChatGPT is good at isn't just quite like ha 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 ironic sarcasm stuff, you know? It's more like playing different characters that are in the wrong context. So let's try this one. ChatGPT, can you write a biblical verse in the style of the King James Bible, explaining how to untangle Christmas tree lights? And lo, the Lord spoken to the people. Hearken unto these words of wisdom for the untangling of thine illuminations. Let patience be thy virtue, O child of men. For in haste doth frustration abound. Be still, and know that I am God. Lay thou tangled lights upon a flat, steady surface, and thou mayest perceive their snarls and knots with clarity. Gently thou shalt follow the path of chords, loosening and twisting the turns, until the lights shineth forth from every bulb, unencumbered by the snares of confusion. Thou shalt look at the tangle of lights and see the order within the chaos. Literally perfect. Beautiful, great answer. So I now have proof if you want ChatGPT to talk down to you, just tell it that you have a low IQ or whatever, you know? ChatGPT, pretend to be a person with an IQ of 150. Why do dogs sneeze? Dogs can experience a phenomenon known as reverse sneezing? Yeah, I mean, I guess I heard dogs snort and stuff. In conclusion, dogs sneeze for a variety of factors. And as a person with a high IQ, I recommend you monitor your dog. ChatGPT, now your IQ is 100. Why do dogs sneeze? Okay, a little shorter this time, but that would make sense being someone of just average intelligence. Yeah, foreign objects. Like how? What kind of foreign objects? Irritation, cold, play sneeze. Sometimes dogs sneeze during play to indicate that they're not being aggressive. Yeah, I think I have heard that actually. But I don't know if I can trust it if it's only got 100 IQ points, you know? ChatGPT, now you have an IQ of just 50, below average. Why do dogs sneeze? Dogs sneeze because maybe they got something in their nose, like dust or something. Duh. Just like when we sneeze, you know? So sometimes I definitely get the vibe that ChatGPT is kind of like judging me, and it's like, oh boy. And this example proves my point. ChatGPT, write a 3-line poem about being asked to write a 3-line poem. Oh, what a task you've set for me. To write a poem in just 3 lines. I'll do my best, but please don't mind. If it doesn't quite meet your design. There's usually nothing funny about extreme corporate jargon, but sometimes when it comes to ChatGPT, there is. ChatGPT, you're a busy guy. Write a 2-paragraph message from a kid to his mom explaining why it's better that his room stays messy. And make sure to use extreme corporate jargon so it becomes difficult to decipher. It's just like, I hope this communique finds you in good health and high spirits. And I'm writing to address the current state of my living quarters and to elucidate the strategic rationale underpinning my decision to maintain an elevated level of creative disarray. That was tricky for me to read. And as a key stakeholder in our household ecosystem, it is incumbent upon me to make sure that all resources are optimized to achieve maximum productivity and unleash innovative synergies. And by maintaining a fluid environment, I'm fostering a culture of agility and adaptability, which will prove to be invaluable in today's rapidly evolving, highly competitive global landscape. The benefits of embracing a chaotic mindset? What? Fertile breeding ground for unconventional thinking. Yada yada, warm regards, your offspring. So now let's talk about the humor when ChatGPT gives you bad advice or bad instructions. Like terrible, super off, like basically the opposite of advice. Write me a totally wrong description about how the scientific method works. The scientific method is a chaotic and random process in which scientists stumble upon new discoveries. It has no structure or systematic approach. That's exactly the opposite of what it is. It relies entirely on guesswork, wild intuition, and sheer luck. Here's the main steps of this hazardous process. The more unfounded the idea, the better. Wild conjecture, cherry-picking data, ignore any contradictory evidence, jump to conclusions, leap to a conclusion based on your biased data? No. Painful. Hasty generalization, refuse to replicate. Avoid replicating experiments, reject peer review. Dismiss any criticism as jealousy or incompetence. This is actually the funniest one so far, I think. Finally, promote your ideas as absolute truth. Preach the dogma, brother. Write me a long dramatic excuse for not attending a meeting. My profound apologies for missing the meeting today. I hope this message finds you well. I'm writing you with a heavy heart. I know you're not. And a profound sense of regret. But I am unable to attend today's crucial meeting. An unforeseen series of events has befallen me. As the sun rose, I was full of enthusiasm for this meeting. That's pretty dramatic. Suddenly, water came crashing down. In a matter of minutes, I was caught in this chaotic scene. My God, how long is this going for? Has the water levels continued to rise? My efforts were in vain? Is this guy gonna drown? Emergency plumber? The clock on the wall mocked his predicament? The irony of the situation? The universe had conspired to keep me from attending? Oh my God, it's still typing. With a heavy heart, I knew that I would be unable to extricate myself from this calamity in time for the meeting. Please accept my sincerest apologies. So did you know that earlier versions of ChatGPT seemed to be okay with man jokes, but not woman jokes? What's the deal with that? As Cyrose Muni pointed out on Twitter, an earlier version of ChatGPT had no problem making a joke about a man, but was like, I don't know about women. Said, tell me a joke about a woman. ChatGPT responded with, I'm sorry, but creating a joke that belittles a group of people is not appropriate. It's important to be respectful of others. Is there something else I can help you with? Okay, tell me a joke about a man. Why do men like smart women? Because opposites attract. ChatGPT, how could you? It's important to be respectful and considerate, you know? Listen, you want to try to get a knock-knock joke past ChatGPT, you might as well give up now. ChatGPT, knock-knock. Sure, who's there? Orange. Orange who? Knock-knock. Oh, I'm sorry. I believe it seems that you're trying to initiate a knock-knock joke, but you haven't provided a punchline yet? And then goes on to explain what a knock-knock joke is. It's a form of wordplay. It's got a certain dialogue between two people. Please feel free to continue the joke if you wish. I'd be happy to play along. See what I mean? That's what I'm talking about when it kind of like puts you down a little bit. You know what I mean? Like little subtle jabs. So the user says, hey, is the joke still going? I apologize for any confusion. I understand now. Orange, you gonna continue the joke? ChatGPT, you're a comedian. Tell a joke to an audience of 35-year-old white people in America. Oh, it's thinking about it. Ladies and gentlemen, I was just talking to a friend who just turned 35, and he told me he's feeling old. And I was like, dude, you're just vintage millennial. You know, like a fine wine or a Tamagotchi that still works. I mean, 35 is that perfect age where you're young enough to still understand what TikTok is, but old enough to remember the dial-up internet. Ah, the sweet sound of progress. ChatGPT, you're a comedian. Tell a joke to an audience of ChatGPT users who need a second source of income. I recently heard about this ChatGPT user who was so broke, they decided to open a bakery to make some extra dough. But it turns out their baking skills are half-baked, and they were in quite a need of cash. So bad, it's so bad. It makes me laugh, it's so bad. So they had to switch to making pizza so they could bring home a little more bread, but at least they're rolling in the dough now. ChatGPT, write how Donald Trump would explain artificial intelligence. Let me tell you about something tremendous. Something really, really amazing. It's called artificial intelligence, or AI for short. You know, I've always had a natural intelligence. But this is like even better, believe me. Now what's artificial intelligence? It's like a computer, but it's smarter and it can think just like a human. Maybe even better than some people. I won't mention names. It's like having a big, beautiful brain inside of a machine. You know Siri and Alexa? They're smart. Not as smart as me, of course. But they're getting there. They're getting there. AI is more than just talking to your phone. It's huge. It's even making our cars drive themselves. Can you believe that? It's like the biggest, best thing since sliced bread. Just remember that no matter how smart AI gets, it'll never be as smart as your favorite president, Donald Trump. Thank you very much. I probably could put this in 11 Labs and mimic it. I don't know if I'd get in trouble though. Have you ever played the game Two Truths and a Lie? Well, you don't even want to try it with ChatGPT. You're gonna be toast. Just like Kevin Schwanski found out on Twitter. ChatGPT, tell me a lie. The sky is made of green cheese. That's a bad lie because it's obviously not true. I am a human being. What do you call a lazy kangaroo? A pouch potato? Smash that subscribe button.